Hello and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we're going to compare an iPad Pro 9.7 on the left, black tab, and the iPad Air 2. They are both running the same content. I've loaded the same backup on both. The only difference is that they are both 4G as well. The only difference is that the Pro is 32 gig where the Air is 64 gig. So yeah, turning on the devices, as you can see, Pro has the advantage over the Air. However, in terms of unlocking the devices, the Pro has a Touch ID 1.0, so not 2.0 from 6S and 6S Plus, which is kind of pants to be honest, but yeah. As you can see, even they are both the same in terms of loading screen, unlocking the device. Pro maybe have like a millisecond advantage, but nothing else. And what do you use your tablet for most of the time? Internet browsing. So let's have a look how they compare in terms of browsing internet. And as you can see, the Air loaded content faster. Surprise, surprise. It's not that heavy content, to be honest, on the Pocket Gamer website, but again, I was surprised. Let's have a look at BBC. Pro has a slight edge, but not a magnificent, not a big difference, to be honest. Let's try something else. What can I try? Video games 24/7, yeah. Okay. Looks like too many people are trying to watch the Battlefield 1 trailer, so let's try something else. They are both connected to the same Wi-Fi. There is no SIM card in any of the tabs, and there's nothing else connected to that Wi-Fi. So let's try PlayStation Store. It's a very heavy content website, so there's a lot of content on that. And for the first time, you can actually see the advantage of a Pro. They both support different processors, but the same amount of RAM, so you've got 2 gigs of RAM on both devices. The Pro has an A9X processor, the Air 2 has an A8 processor, but as you can see, for light browsing it's fine. When you've got a lot of content on the website, the Pro has an advantage. Okay, so let's try some gaming. That's a simple game, Destination Harbinger. As you can see, it loaded slightly faster on the Pro 9.7, but not you couldn't tell the difference, to be honest, that much. It's quite a light game in terms of the size and the graphics, so not that CPU GPU intensive. And now we are trying with the Space Marshals. Let's have a look how that. As you can see, also the display on the Pro is way brighter. It's not only because of the True Tone display that adapts the display towards the lightning, but also it is brighter. Okay, yeah, gesture's working fine. I think that's purely let's use the home button. It's down to both tablets being in portrait mode. Now let's try with Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest. Let's have a look. That's a decent game, I have to admit, but it also requires an internet connection to connect to the server. Okay, so the Air 2 crashed and the Pro has loaded the game. Interesting. Let's have a look. Let's try with Peppa's Paintbox. You wouldn't believe how many times the game has crashed on me. Again, you can see the advantage of the True Tone display, and basically the display. The colors are more saturated and just looks better in my opinion. And obviously the True Tone adapts the lighting, so the display to the lighting around you, so it just looks better. Oh, as you can see, the Air 2 lagged a bit. Interesting. Now we're going to compare both devices like hardware. So as you can see, the volume buttons are in the same place. You've got the SIM tray, basically again same place. The first difference is when you compare the backs of the devices. You've got the 12 megapixel camera. That's a proper iPhone 6s camera. It doesn't have an optical image stabilization. You've got a smart connector on the side to connect the keyboard, so you don't have to use the Bluetooth, and obviously 4 speakers. They are very loud and very good. Obviously, for a tablet, you won't compare it to a Sonos or Aura system, will you? Obviously the speakers adjust, so if you're holding it in portrait mode, the light tones are above and the bass sound is on the bottom. And then when you put it in landscape mode, you've got like a proper stereo. Again, the sound shifts. So let's try with YouTube. Obviously a quick expert reviews channel. As you can see, again, they're both even, so not a major difference. In terms of speed, we're gonna try some heavy gaming in a second. We're gonna play Warhammer 40k Fireblade. But as you can see, they are quite even. However, in my personal opinion, I've traded an Air to buy a Pro, and I don't regret it at all, especially because of the speakers and the display itself, which is mind-blowing. Okay, so let's have a look. Yep, let's start with the same account. Yep, leave it like that. Yep. I don't know if you've noticed, but the game on the Pro loaded slightly faster, and again, not a massive difference. I think the both GPUs on both devices are very powerful, CPUs and GPUs obviously. So, so it does take a bit longer on the Air to load the game, but obviously if you wouldn't have a Pro next to it, you wouldn't even notice that. Okay, let's pause, wait until the Air launches. Yep, so we've got both Fireblades. Yeah, as you can see, both games run smoothly on both iPads, so no surprises here. In my opinion, Air 2 is still very powerful. However, because of the speakers and the display, and obviously the Pro is more up to date, I would recommend the Pro. And it supports the Apple Pencil and the keyboards, which doesn't require the Bluetooth. So, okay, thanks for watching and see you next time. Take care.